Well, good day, guys. It's another beautiful morning, and we are here to backtest this strategy with Ichimoku for the month of April. In the month of February, we did the backtest, and we got a beautiful 500 pip for the month of February, and for the month of March, we got a beautiful 450 pips. So today, we want to see what we can get with this strategy. What we got, sorry, actually, for the month of April. So before we get started, let me give outline the rules of the strategy again for someone who is watching this video for the first time. The rule of the strategy is very simple. When you see the price crossing the Ichimoku line, the Ichimoku cloud to the upside, we look forward to buy, and when we see it cross to the downside, we look forward to sell. But just selling at that point could, anytime it goes up, it crosses, can we may end up losing money. So we apply a filter which is very simple to follow. All we have to do is wait for price to open and close above the Ichimoku line or below the Ichimoku line without touching the Ichimoku cloud. Neither the body of the candle should touch the Ichimoku cloud. That is what we are looking forward to see. So if it is a continuation, for example, if the price has been at the top of the Ichimoku or cloud before it goes back into the cloud, then comes out, all we have to do is wait for just one candle to open and close without touching above the Ichimoku line, without touching the line, then we enter for a buy sell at the close of that candle. Then the second thing with the second option is if it is a reversal trade. For example, it has been up here, then it entered the Ichimoku cloud, then came out to the other side of the cloud, that is to the downside. We have to wait for two consecutive candles, like one candle to open and close without touching the line, then the following candle should open and close without touching the line also, then we'll get a beautiful sell signal, as the case is here. So we did this back test for the month of February and we got 500 pips. For the month of March, we got a beautiful 450 pips for the close. So let's get into the month of April and see what we got for the month of April. So for the month of April, price had been up from 1st April, sorry, from 1st April. Then it entered the cloud here about here, then it came back outside and we got a beautiful signal here on the 2nd of April. So let's see what we got. This bearish candle here, pimpa, it looks like a pimpa though. This rejection candle there was a beautiful signal to get long. So let's see where we enter the trade. We entered the trade right about 23.94. So from 23.94, then the price moved all the way to like 24.73. So we didn't get up to 100 pips. So the rule of the strategy is very simple for setting our stop loss, and I will have a standard stop loss for this GBP pair, the standard stop loss of 50 pips, and the two take profit targets, which are take profit target 1 of 50 pips, then the second one is 100 pips. So basically we'll be taking two trades. The first one we have a stop loss of 50 pips and the take profit of 50 pips. The second one we have a stop loss of 50 pips and a take profit of 100 pips. So this we got there 70 something pips or thereabouts, so it wasn't up to 100 pips. So that, which means we got our first take profit, which was 50 pips. So immediately we get the first take profit of 50 pips. All you have to do is adjust the other trade and move your stop loss to break even. That is to say, you bring back your stop loss to where you enter the trade, so that if the trade reverses back, as in this case, if the trade reverses back to where you enter the trade, you get stopped out, which means you won't lose money. You left the trade with your 50 pips profit. So for the first trade we got here, we got 50 pips, and let's see if we got another trade. So as we said before, if it crosses down, if it's a reversal, all we have to do wait for is 2 consecutive candles to open and close below the cloud without touching it. So this candle here is a sell signal. So let's say from the close of this candle, that's 22.91 or thereabouts, then the price move all the way to like 22.01. So it didn't meet up, it didn't go up to, then it reversed back to where we entered the trade. So it wasn't up to 100 pips, which means the price, we got only our first take profit targets, and before it reversed back to hit our break-even trade, which means we will left this trade also with 50 pips. So let's see what we got. So here price entered into the cloud and came back out, and once it's back out like this, since it has been down here, it has been down, it has been below the cloud before, it just went back to retest the cloud, then came back out. So all we have to do is enter at the close of the first candle that open and close without touching the boss. So let's see if we got our 50. This looks like we would get our take profit. Let's see if we get 50 pips from the close of this candle. Okay, 22.27, and we move all the way to, let's see, move all the way to 20, yeah, we move all the way to 21.72. That is way more, that is more than 50 pips. So we got our first take profit also, and the second trade we got break even, because as you can see here, the trade went back immediately after we got our first take profit of 50 pips, and it went back to the other side. So let's look for our next trade there. Okay, as you can see here, we got a trade here. So let's say this candle didn't touch the line, this candle didn't touch the line. Let's see, this one also didn't touch the line, so we'll enter at the close of this doji here. When the doji closed, then as you can see, let's see, it looks like this, we got stopped out by the 50 pip stop loss. So we entered at around 23.67, then we got out of the trade around 23.02. That means it was a lost trade. And when we lose, so since we have two trades running, 50 pips stop loss plus 50 pips stop loss, so we got minus 100 pips. So let's see if we got another trade there about here. So I think we got a trade here, but basically what I do is, once I get stopped out of a trade, once you get stopped out of a trade and you get another signal immediately, I don't usually advise anybody to go into the trade, because it may be a wrenching day. But since this is just a backtest, let's just do this. So we got another signal around here, and we entered the trade. So let's say we enter the trade at the close of this candle, and at the close of this is a candle, at the close of this candle, yes, so this bullish candle here. So let's see, we enter the trade at around 23.46, then price reverse back all the way to 22.90, which means I think we got stopped out. We got stopped out of that trade. Yeah, we got stopped out. Let me check this again. 23 23.41. So, and it came back all the way to 22.90. Yeah, that was a lost trade, purely a lost trade. So once you get stopped out of a trade and you got another signal immediately, like almost immediately with again, and there's no like much distance between the where you get stopped out and the other stuff. So all you basically have to do is just get off that trade. It's not yours. So let's see. So here I think we got a trade here, we got a trade here, which at the close of this candle we're going to a trade, a very beautiful trade there, but we got stopped at again, minus 100 pips. I think it looks like the month of April wasn't kind of a good month, but let's see if we got a yeah, I think we'll go into this trade here at the close of this candle. No, yeah, I'm going to this trade at the close of this candle here because it's a continuation trade. So let's calculate our this and using phone for backtesting is kind of it's kind of a job, like seriously, it's a very big job. So we entered the trade there about 24.54, then trade moved to 23.98. Let's see if it went forward to, oh my god, that was beautiful. Without even saying it, we got more than 100 pips, 22.60, and we entered the trade around 24.40. What was it? Where did we enter the trade? Okay, we entered the trade around 24.57. So, and the trade moved all the way to like 22.50. 46. So we got more than 200 pips for that trade, but our target is just 100 pips. So that means since we got 50 pips on the first one and 50 pips on the second one and 100 pips on the second one, that means we got 100 pips, 150 pips rather, on that trade. So let's see. Here we got into we get a trade here. Yeah, we got into this trade here, which was a clear loss for us, like a clear loss. That was a clear loss. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry about that. I may have to stop using phone for back test. Yeah, seriously, it's kind of a job. It's a very big job. So we're going to a trade here without even measuring anything. So we know that we got stopped out of this trade because the trade reversed back immediately. So let's see. Then we got another trade here there about on 27th of April or something of there. So we got another trade here. We entered at the close of this candle. Then I think we got a beautiful, how many pips? I think from here, let me measure. From okay, this bullish candle was a killer candle. So from the close of that candle, 24.01, rather, let me carry well from the other side. Yeah, let's say 24.00, rather, let's say 24.00, and it moved all the way to 25.05. Go, yeah, move all the way to 25, 20, almost 25, let's say 25.10. Move all the way to 25.10, which means we got 100 pips there. That's 150 pips. So on it, we often got a trade here. So we got another trade here. This was our trigger candle. This first one that came out without touching the Ichimoku cloud, and it's with a stop loss of 50 pips and take profit target of 100 pips. Let's see. 100 pips our maximum. Let's see if we got it. Okay, let me see where we enter the trade. We entered the trade around 24.67, and let's see how it moved. It moved all the way to 26.30 something. That is almost 200 pips. That means we got a beautiful 150 pips. 50 pips for the our first target, and 100 pips for our second target, which means we got 150 pips. So that being said, let's see what the end of our result, what the end is. Let's calculate what we got. Let's get head to our calculator very quick. So guys, for the month of April, let's say our first one win was 50 pips plus 50 pips. Then the second one was the third one was 50 pips also. Oh, look at me. Yeah, 50 pips. Then we had a we had losses of 100 pips. Oh, look at that. Minus 100 pips. Then we had a victory of 150 pips score. Then oh I did minus. That was a victory. So it's supposed to be a plus. What? So plus 150 pips. Then we lost again 100 pips, and then we won. We had two winning streaks, 150 pips plus 150 pips. Let's save time. That is 300 pips plus 300 pips. Then we had a losing streak of 2 times, which was 200 pips minus 200 pips minus 200 pips. Then we had a winning streak again of 350 or 300, let's say 300 pips. That is 300 pips. So the month of April we ended, although it was kind of a bad month, so we had how many losing? Like we lost like 4 times. We lost about 4 times or thereabouts, but we ended up with 500 pips victory. So this strategy so far so good, has proven to be a profitable strategy. For the month of February, we got 500 pips. For the month of March, we got 450 pips. For the month of April, we got 300 and no, it's 500 pips. Sorry, we got 500 pips. So if you traded with this simple strategy for the month of February, March, April, you would have been thinking, reasoning yourself as a profitable trader for 3 months. That's kind of lovely. So that's we'll be waiting for our next backtest for the month of April, and let's see what we got for the month of April. I hope this strategy works for that month also. So let's say bye for now.